I got the divorce papers while on duty. I got the divorce papers by email while I was still stationed at Al Udeid. 14 years of marriage ended with a PDF attachment. My name's Logan Price. I'm 45 years old and I've been a sergeant first class with the U.S. Army for 19 years. At the time, I was 4 months into a 9-month deployment to Qatar when my wife Danielle decided she was done. The subject line read, "Let's be mature about this." The message itself. 3 sentences long. She'd filed the paperwork. She'd emptied our savings, and she'd moved her new boyfriend Travis into our house in Fayetteville. I read it, sat in silence for a few minutes, then went to shower in the communal stall. I got dressed for night watch and said nothing to anyone. When I got back to my bunk, I replied with one word, acknowledged. That was it. No begging, no questions, no drama. My bunkmate, Corporal Harris, glanced over. "You good man?" "Yeah," I said, "just family stuff." He nodded and went back to his crossword. That's the thing about servicemen, know when to talk and when to shut up. Truth is, I'd seen this coming. 6 months before deployment, Danielle started staying late at her new job front desk at a chiropractor's clinic. New wardrobe. New diet, started going to Pilates with some women. I'd never heard of new lock screen on her phone. I wasn't clueless, but I wasn't confrontational either. It's not who I am, so I prepared quietly. I rented a small storage unit across town and placed inside it copies of everything that mattered. Our marriage certificate, my DD 214 copies, VA loan paperwork, and a few family heirlooms, my dad's old pocket knife, my mom's locket, and the flag from my grandfather's funeral. I also opened a second checking account at a local credit union. Nothing suspicious, just started diverting $300 from each paycheck just in case. I didn't know what would happen, but I wasn't going to be left penniless if things went sideways. When I left for deployment, Danielle gave me a dry hug at the gate and said, "Be careful out there. No tears, no warmth." Like I was a distant cousin going on a long trip. Not her husband going to the Middle East, I should have known. But hope is a hell of a thing. What she didn't know was that I was already ready. And what she never understood was that I don't lose my temper. I calculate. I don't yell, I move. We met at a 4th of July party in 2009. She was working in physical therapy school, but later took a clinic admin job. Less pressure. She said we were married in under a year. She said she supported my military career, but she never really got it. Her dad was a tax advisor. Her sister, a school principal. Structure, not sacrifice. She used to ask when I'd get a normal job. After I hit my 10-year mark and re-enlisted, I think she gave up hoping. I was in for the long haul. She wasn't. The house we bought in 2013 was modest, 3-bed, 2-bath backyard, just big enough to mow once a week. The VA loan was in my name. The title too, until I added her name after our 5th anniversary. That's what marriage is, right? Sharing everything. She was there when my father died of a stroke in 2014. She barely knew my mother before cancer took her 2 years later. The inheritance helped pay off our car and some credit cards. We were stable, or so I thought. I had deployed to Afghanistan twice and the Middle East 3 times during our marriage. Each time she changed a little more when I came home. I always chalked it up to distance and time. Turns out it was something else. After the email came through, I stayed focused. I did my job. I kept my head down, but I wasn't idle. While Danielle was nesting with her new boyfriend in my house, I started a quiet paper trail. Turns out she didn't realize the house wasn't legally hers to keep. I'd never added her name to the mortgage, only to the deed. And once I removed her name legally, she had no claim. My credit union account, safe, untouched. My documents, stored secure and ready. I didn't fight her in court. I didn't try to win her back, I just waited. When I returned stateside, I didn't go home. I went straight to an apartment, I'd set up through a buddy from my unit, clean slate. I hired a lawyer, filed a motion to reclaim the house, and within 4 months, it was mine again. Travis and Danielle evicted by court order. I sold it 2 weeks later and used the money to start over in Colorado Springs. Got a job training ROTC cadets and started building a life that didn't require explaining myself to anyone. Bought a Harley. Took weekend trips into the Rockies. And eventually, when I was ready, started dating again. I never spoke to Danielle again. My revenge wasn't rage. It wasn't court battles or burned pictures. It was this, living well. No drama, no damage, just distance. Because sometimes the most powerful answer you can give is simply proving they were wrong. Quietly, completely rebuilding without them. Lessons learned here. Always protect your future, even from those you trust. In relationships, love and loyalty are essential, but so are boundaries and backup plans. Keep personal documents secure. Maintain some financial independence and pay attention to red flags early. In American culture, self-reliance is not just valued, it's vital. Don't wait for a crisis to take action. Whether you're in the military or civilian life, prepare quietly. Think strategically and never let betrayal define your worth. Integrity, preparation, and calm resilience will always serve you better than revenge.